Uh, I hope you are well. Be welcome to our Portuguese live class. Today I will teach you some untranslatable verbs in Portuguese with no English equivalent at all. Some verbs that are very used here in Brazil, and when you listen to a Brazilian saying it, you need to understand what is the idea, because there is no an equivalent verb in Portuguese. Let me just see if it is working. Okay, it is working the live class. So, be welcome if you are here on our live class or watching it later. Be welcome, seja bem-vindo. Talking about the untranslatable verbs, did you know that there are many verbs in Brazilian Portuguese that have no equivalent in English? So here today we are going to study 10 of these verbs, the most common, and I will try explain the meaning and give some common examples in English and also in Portuguese. Pay attention here. First verb, let me move my can here. First verb is the verb apaixonar. Me apaixonei. The verb to apaixonar, it's very different of the idea of love, amar. We have apaixonar that it's here, amar it's more, okay, to love. Apaixonar means when you have your first contact with a person or with a food, we would use this apaixonar. For example, imagine it's your first time trying brigadeiro, you could say, eu me apaixonei por brigadeiro. I fall in love for brigadeiro, because it's this first moment you are trying it. But when it's something that you already know, you need to use the verb amar. Eu amo brigadeiro. I love brigadeiro. Let's see more examples here. Eu me apaixonei pelo Brasil. I fell in love with Brazil. Past. Here the sentence is in the past in Portuguese. And ela se apaixonou por você. She fall in love with you. Have you ever heard a Brazilian using this verb? Se apaixonar. This is the idea, to fall in love. We can use it for people or for things. Eu me apaixonei por você. I fell in love for you. Or things. Eu me apaixonei pelo Brasil. I fell in love with Brazil. This is the idea. You can use with people and with things. It's very common for us Brazilians use this verb. Here it's wrong, it's combinar, not with a I, it's A here, combinar, compromisso or acordo, to plan, to schedule, to plan or to schedule something. This verb, it's very used when you are scheduling something with someone. In English, you would say, hey, imagine you have a friend, you would say, hey friend, let's schedule a meeting later to go to the pub. You could say agendar, but the agendar it's a lot of formal. We don't use it in informal conversations with friends. We would use the verb combinar. For example, the sentence here, combinei de levar o bolo para a festa. I arranged to bring the cake to the party. This idea here means that you and the other person arranged it. You have scheduled it to take the cake and bring to the party. This is the idea of combinar. We use it with the idea of to schedule a meeting, a deal, or also to arrange something. And we use a lot. We have more examples here. Pay attention. And here I'm using the participle because we Brazilians use a lot. Combinado. This is the participle of the verb combinar. Combinado means deal. For example, nos vemos mais tarde. See you later. In Brazil, we would say combinado. Deal. For example, next week we have a class, you could say combinado, deal. Okay, so always you want to say deal. In Portuguese, you could use this combinado because we Brazilian use a lot this idea of combinado. Deal, yes, combinado. Next verb that I have prepared here for you is demorar, to take a long time. There is no translation to English to this verb. To take a time, but demorar means to take a long time. And to take time, you could use durar, but to take, we have the verb durar, to take time. For example, the class takes 1 hour. A aula dura 1 hora. But demorar is to, when you want to make emphasis. For example, I am in Brazil. Demora muito para ir para a Europa. I'm in Brazil. It takes me a long time to go to Europe. 10 hours by plane, for example. Let me read this example here. Eu vou demorar para chegar. I will take a while to arrive. Because there is traffic. Porque, ou pois tem trânsito. Porque tem trânsito. Pois tem trânsito. Because there is traffic. So, when you want to emphasize something like it will take me a while, vai demorar. Durar is just to take time. For example, meu almoço dura 30 minutos. My lunch takes me 30 minutes. For example, pay attention for you don't confuse this verb, demorar and durar. Next verb that I have prepared for you guys is desabafar. The S here, there is this sounds of Z. Desabafar. I would say desabafar, I would translate as to get something off your chest, okay? Imagine you have a very hard day with your boss, for example, you need someone just to vent and say something and the other person just listen to it because you need to put it out. So we have a verb for it in Portuguese, desabafar. We use it when you have a problem or you are feeling that you need to talk with someone just to say what is happening with you when you need someone to listen to you. This is the idea we use it, okay? Question. Do you have someone that you can desabafar? Do you have someone that you can just speak and the other person listen to it, to your problems or about your feelings? We have this verb, desabafar. Pay attention on the example here. Todo mundo precisa desabafar de vez em quando. Everyone needs to vent from time to time. Yes, I also have someone to desabafar every week, I would say. Yes, everybody. Here, everyone needs to vent from time to time. So always you are having, when you need someone to just to put your things out, to about your problems, about your feelings. In Portuguese we have this verb, desabafar, okay? Next verb that I have prepared for you, it's marcar. Marcar, there are many meanings, okay? To make an appointment or to schedule. Also, it's a synonymous of combinar that we have seen before it. We use it to schedule appointments, classes, like happy hours, of course. For example, vou marcar uma aula de português. I'm going to book a Portuguese class. Marcar, I would translate to schedule. Okay, always you can use it, either marcar or combinar for those ideas. Vou combinar uma aula, but combinar here, it's more informal. We generally use it with friends. Here, because the aula, Portuguese class is something more professional, you would say marcar. Vou marcar uma aula de português. Next, passear, to go for a walk, just to entertain yourself. We use it a lot just to entertain us. For example, it's something, for example, we use it a lot is it at the weekends. For example, you could say, eu vou passear na praia. But what is passear, teacher? Means, I will go for a walk at the beach. There is not a destination, I will just pass the time with my friend, with my girlfriend, boyfriend, with my family, with my dog. For example, here I have a good example. Gosto de passear com meu cachorro. I like to walk with my dog, or I like to walk the dog, you could use. So, this is the idea. When you want to just go for a walk, just to entertain yourself without a destiny, just to see the beach, see the park, use this verb, passear. Also use a lot. Vou passear no shopping. I will go for a walk at the mall without any commitment, just to entertain myself. Next verb that I have prepared here for you is topar. Topar means to agree to do something or to agree to do some with someone. For example, let me say, imagine you have a Brazilian friend and they say, hey, você topa viajar para o Brasil? Hey, do you wanna come with me to Brazil? And you could say topo, that means I'm down, I'm in. And here we use the conjugation because topar, it's a regular verb. Eu topo, você topa, nós topamos, vocês topam. And when we use a lot to say I'm in, I'm down. Eu topo. Or without eu, just topo. Topo, for example, topa cineminha hoje? Topo. How about a movie today? Sure, I'm down, I'm in. So always you want to say like I'm down, I'm in. You can use this verb in the conjugation. Eu topo, I'm down, I'm in. The 8th verb is cursar. Cursar is to take a course. For example, the best thing here is Portuguese classes. Ela está cursando odontologia, or ela está cursando português. She has been studying dentistry. Now I have a question, a challenge for you. If you have watched our class until now, try to write a sentence here for me on the comments, like how long are you taking a course of Portuguese? And in Portuguese, of course, try to write it in Portuguese and I will correct it later. For example, eu estou cursando português por mês. I'm taking a course of Portuguese for 1 month. Try to make a sentence here in the comments using this verb or other verb that I have teach you, and I will try to correct it later, okay? 9th verb, arrasar. Arrasar. Also, there is no explanation, okay? There is no translation to English. Means to do something really, really well, okay? And it's very informal verb. We use to indicate that someone does or has done something very well. We use this verb in the past. Generally in Brazil, we say arrasou, arrasou. I'm sure if you have a Brazilian friend, I'm sure that you have ever heard the person saying arrasou, arrasou. It depends on your country, but I would say in America, I'm not sure if I'm correct, okay? If I'm not, you are free to correct me here on the comments. But Maria arrasou na apresentação ontem. Maria rocked the presentation yesterday. It's something, when you use this sentence, Maria arrasou, means that Maria was pretty well on the presentation yesterday. Arrasou, arrasou. Next verb is atrapalhar. This is one of my favorite verbs. Atrapalhar, I like to translate as to disturb someone or something. For example, você atrapalhou meus planos. You messed up my plans. Also, we use it a lot, it verb, to talk about it as an adjective with person. Atrapalhado. You can say, eu sou atrapalhado. Imagine, I have my glass here and I let it drop off. And I could say, eu estou atrapalhado. I'm lazy, for example, could be in English. I don't know if it makes sense, but we use it a lot to say that someone is doing bad things, not paying attention. Okay, we say for someone that is not paying attention the participle. Atrapalhado, or the feminine, atrapalhado. Let me know if you understand the idea. And also we have finished this class. Actually, I have many questions for you that you have watched it. Did you like this class talking about the untranslatable verbs in Portuguese? Let me know if this class is useful for you, because I have many materials about not just about verbs, but about normal words, normal nouns, that words that just exist in Portuguese, that there is no English equivalent. Let me know if you like this kind of class, and it will be a pleasure record more classes about it. And next week also we have other live class on YouTube. So subscribe on our channel for you don't miss any class. And also we have our Instagram page that every day we post content, grammar, vocab, memes about Brazil, life in Brazil. You are my guest to go there, follow us, and receive more information about Brazil. And talking about the classes, for example, here in the comments no, in the description, there is a link that you can schedule a free trial class in our school. We offer you a free trial class. Of course, an online class. We are an online school, and you can schedule it according to your availability. We can do a test with your Portuguese level. Also, you could see how our classes are. And if you are interested, just click in the link, and I hope I can see you soon. And if I have helped you, let me know in the comments, okay? I will say it in Portuguese. Obrigado. Obrigado means thank you. Obrigado. I hope to see you again, ok? Espero ver você novamente logo, tá? Até mais. Tchau, tchau, meu amigo.